EOC set 1, question number 1. My answer is for A1. Scale is a series of marks at regular intervals of an instrument that is used for measuring. The scale is depending on the range. For the A2, range is the minimum and the maximum values of a quantity for which an instrument is designed to measure is called the range. For 1B, gross error is the fault of person using the instrument, such as incorrect reading, incorrect recording of data, or incorrect use of instruments. It can reduce by doing proper meter reading and connection and avoid careless. Systematic error is due to problems with instruments, environmental effects, or observational error. It can be reduced by proper maintenance, use and handling of instruments, and minimize those effects. Magnetic shield. Random error are due to unknown causes. It can be reduced by taking multiple readings of each instrument. For 1C, the total resistance is 6.5 kilo ohm plus 450 ohm plus 12 k ohm equals to 18,950 ohm. For the measured value, Xn equals to 20.5 kilo ohm. Absolute error E equals to modulus 18.95 kilo ohm minus 20.5 kilo ohm, and the answer will be 1,550 ohm. Percentage of error equals to 1,550 divided by 2.05 kilo ohm times by 100%, and we will get 7.56%. Percent of relative accuracy get equals to 18.95 kilo ohm minus 20.5 kilo ohm. We will divide that by 18.95 kilo ohm, and the answer will be 1,550 over 18.95 kilo ohm. The percentage error is 1,550 divided by 18.95 kilo ohm and times 100%. We will get 8.18%. For EOC1, question number 2. A. Explain loading effects in DC voltmeter using scribble diagrams. I have draw the diagram here. I will explain the loading effect. First, ideally a perfect meter would have no loading, but all meters have some loading effects on the circuit they are measuring. When voltmeter connected to circuit, if it will lower the effective resistance of the circuit and change the voltage reading. Total resistance will decrease, so the voltage across component will also decrease. This is called voltmeter loading. For the question B, current milliampere. For the question B, calculate the value of multiplier resistor to obtain the given voltage range. I've calculated the value of multiplier resistor, and for the explain the procedure, we start with number 1, switch on the multimeter. Number 2, turn the dial to DC voltage. The third, using the knob on the dial, select most suitable to voltage range. Do not overloading the meter if it will damage the meter. For number 4, if the voltage is unknown, set the meter at maximum range. Number 5, insert the negative probe or black probe. For number 6, insert the positive or the red probe. For number 7, make sure they're connected to the right socket. For number 8, place the negative lead by voltage point. For number 9, place the positive lead to high voltage point. For the lastly, number 10, note the reading from side to side. That's for the EOC number 1. EOC set 2, question number 1, A. What is the function of signal generator? A signal generator is one of a class of electronics device that generates electronic signal with set properties of amplitude, frequency, and wave shape. For the question B, state 3 differences between an oscilloscope and signal generator. The first differences is the oscilloscope reads voltage present in a circuit. For the second difference, whereas a signal generator generates a voltage, typically a sine wave or some other waveform. Question C, explain the procedure to calibrate an oscilloscope. First step is switch on the OSC. The second step, put the probe into the input. The third step, touch the hook tip to the CAL and crocodile clip to the ground. For number 4, make sure the selection mode same with the input. For the fifth step, select voltage same with the value at CAL. For the sixth step, select time diversion 0.5 millisecond. It will get F is equal to 1 kilohertz. Step 7, at screen, the waveform appear is square wave. For question D, what is the purpose of doing the calibration process of the oscilloscope? My answer is calibrating your oscilloscope will maintain the integrity of your research. Oscilloscopes need to read data accurately. If the oscilloscope is out of the tolerance, then the product that is being measured will result in false information. For the calculation, number 1, peak to peak voltage 6 times 0.5 millivolt will equals to 3 millivolt. For the second, peak voltage, my answer is 1.5 millivolt. For the third, time of one cycle, T, my answer is 0.8 microsecond. For the number 4, frequency of the signal, my answer is 1.25. Question number 2, state the usage of Whetstone bridge. It used to measure capacitance inductance, impedance, and quantities. Question B1. Name R3 and state its function in the circuit. R3 is adjustable. Number 2. Describe the operation of Whetstone bridge. Whetstone bridge works on the principle of null deflection. The ratio of their resistance are equal and no current flow through the circuits. Under normal conditions, the bridge is in the unbalanced condition where current flow through the galvanometer. For the question 3, prove that R1, R4 equals to R2, R3 is the balanced condition for Whetstone bridge. No current flow to galvanometer, and the current flows through R2 is equal to current flows through R4. For question number 4, if the value of each component is R1, my answer is R4 equals to 22.5. Question number 3. B. Explain the principle of clammeter. The most prominent feature of clammeter is the caliper that can be opened in the front, which can be easily inserted into the wire to measure the current in the loop, so that there is no need to destroy or modify the original circuit, and it can measure very large current. As for question C, as a professional technician who practice good value, show connection briefly list the procedure of using clammeter. First step, do not apply any flexible probe around and remove it from hazardous live conductor. Second, always wear industry grade safety glove while operating a clammeter. Third, disconnect test probe from the meter. Number 4, take special care during fitting and removal of the flexible probe. And number 5, de-energize the installation under test or wear suitable protective clothing. For lastly, keep finger behind the tactile barrier on the face of the meter. For the C2, measuring AC current. Step number 1, select AC. Open the jaw-like structure using the side lever and insert the conductor through which the current is used to be measured. Number 3, close the jaw-like structure and label the conductor between the alignment marks inscribed on the jaws. For lastly, view the reading in the display. For measuring AC voltage, select volts AC on the clammeter. Plug the black test probe into the COM input jack. Plug the red test probe into the V port input jack. Touch the probe tips to the circuit across a load or power source. Number 4, view the reading, being sure to note of unit measurement. That's all from me. Thank you.